Hello everyone, it's Laurie from Quick Scrap Craft. Welcome back to the channel. Today is Tuesday and it's the 1st of August and it's the first scrapbook process video for August. So it's also a Scrapbook and Cards Today inspiration series video. So I have taken inspiration from, I'm trying to see, what year is it? What issue is it? Spring 2022. Oh man, I'm way behind on taking inspiration from these magazines. But this is based on a layout that you saw there real quick at the beginning by Inessa Persekian. And I really liked the sort of diagonal that she created with the top sheet of cardstock with that pattern peeking out from behind it. I really liked the big clusters of flowers that she used. She has a really giant title, which I end up not doing. I end up basically taking the same idea but reworking it based on the embellishments and the supplies that I have. So that's, you don't have to make something that looks exactly the same. It doesn't even have to use the same types of embellishments when you're just taking inspiration and doing a scrap lift. So this is just my version of her layout, and it's also a Christmassy version. So I'm using some of the Christmas paper that I got in my Paper Issues warehouse box, and I think the background was Pinkfresh, and then I can't remember what color would we call that? Greenish, bluish paper. I can't remember who the manufacturer is for that. But then I also matted the photo, the 4x6 photo, on some other pattern paper, which again, I don't remember who the manufacturer is. I think what I'd originally meant to do was always have that greenish bluish paper at the diagonal, but I think I meant to use the red pattern paper that's matting the photo as the background, and then I was going to cut the hexagons out from that Pinkfresh paper, and I did it kind of backwards because I put all the pieces together a couple days ago, maybe like more than a couple, and I guess I should have probably written myself a note saying this is what I want to do. No worries, I make it work. I have enough. I have those cut aparts from, which are also Pinkfresh, and I have some other stickers and things that I can use to build out embellishment clusters on both sides of the photo. So what I'm doing right now, and I also want to mention down in the bottom corner, so that greenish blue paper is on a diagonal, but then the bottom corner is lifted up, so you see that cool contrasting pattern with the poinsettias showing out from underneath, which I really like. I think that's a pretty cool design. Anywho, what I'm doing right now is trying to figure out placement of different embellishment pieces so that I can kind of have an idea of what I want to do and where I want to start building out. For something like this, I feel like you kind of just have to start sticking things down, and you'll see I do a little bit of moving around for a couple things, but you just gotta start layering. Usually I like to put all my embellishments down first before I adhere them so I know exactly where they're gonna go. But for something like this, I was having trouble visualizing without just putting things down and then looking for something else that could go in the negative space, or building out from there. So there you see I lifted those pieces up to stick that other sticker behind it. I've got a couple of those little enamel, they're like diamonds. They came in red and 2 shades of blue. I thought they were really pretty and very kind of Christmassy with the blue in the background paper, and obviously the reds for Christmas. This is a photo that was taken the day after Christmas in Washington, D.C. I can't remember. I think that was actually a restaurant that we walked past, and they had these giant nutcracker statues outside of the restaurant. So, of course, we took a picture of my daughter standing in front of one. And even though the rest of that day turned out pretty poopy, I definitely wanted to document this little moment and giving it its own space so that we can just, talk about on the journaling how we made a new friend that morning. It was a cold morning in Washington, D.C. Stranded there because our flight got delayed, and then canceled. But you've probably heard me talk about that in other process videos from last month. And speaking of last month, I also did a Scrapbook Live where I kind of finished up my December daily for 2022. So I want to thank those who were watching and those who were participating in the chat. I don't know if you've ever done a YouTube Live, like if you've ever been the person who's doing the live. It is kind of weird to be talking out loud, like talking to people, but you're also still just talking out loud, and it kind of sounds like you're just talking to yourself. But it was still really fun, and hopefully we can do something like that again some other time. Let me know in the comments if you guys prefer live scrapping with someone either over Facebook or YouTube, or if you just kind of like to watch process videos and catch up with them on your own time. Let me know what you prefer. And I will say I used to participate in a lot more like Facebook Lives. The Paper Issues design team does a lot of them. And I used to, put them on my calendar, like, okay, 9:00, I'm going to go down into my scrap room and scrap along with them. And I kind of have gotten out of the habit of doing that. And I don't really know why that happened, but yeah, it happened. So I do like the idea of scrapping along with people, even if we're not in the same room together. But I really would love to do like an in-person crop. I think that would be, it's been so long since I've done one, and those are always fun. Probably more so if you know the people that you're at the crop with. I don't know any scrappy people out by where I am. I feel like this is a hobby that nobody else does, and nobody else wants to do. And that's fine. It's just me doing my own thing here by myself. But yeah, anyway, all that to say is that if you want to see more process videos and potentially more lives, definitely hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and give this video a big ol' like. So I've got a lot of random stuff here. I did some fussy cutting of some Christmas embellishments. I don't know who makes those, because I've totally like cut apart even the title piece, but I've had them. Oh wait, here it is. I have had these for a long time. I think they were a freebie that I won. They're from 2018. Oh my gosh, from Scrap Accent, which I think is a French company. So I've got a couple of those on there, popped them up with some foam dots, did my journaling. Oh, this is almost done. This is a really quick one, you guys. A couple splatters of Festive Berries, which is a Tim Holtz Distress Oxide Spray color. And then here are the close-ups. So thank you so much for watching this very quick process video. I hope that it was inspiring for you. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below, or just say hi. And I will see you guys next week for lots more process videos. Happy scrapping!